Working.
Good evening, Cubans of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and joined with my co-host, Rob, Fat Stacks of Comics. Rob, how you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir?
What?
I'm delirious. I've
Oh, okay.
been
You caught me off guard a second.
crazy busy.
Nice. And as a special co-host tonight, in honor of Jean Malo, we had to have another Canadian on, and none other than his supreme Canadianness himself. Actual Dracula's here.
Hey
I didn't
guys.
know. I didn't know we had that quota.
Hey. Good. How
What's
are
up,
you?
Jack?
Is a two Canadian minimum specific thing to Gary B's channel? Because I've been violating that for years.
Well, we do things differently in Rochester. And we're so close to the border, we got to honor Canadians.
I
I
didn't say that.
was telling John last night, I've never had a bad time in Canada in my life. I've only ever had the best time in Canada. All right, and
well,
of course, speaking of John, our guest of honor, or Gene, speaking our guest of honor, words are so smooth and just flowing out of me. This is what happens when you jump from Whack Comics over to your own show. Gene, how you doing tonight, sir?
Live long and prosper. I'm here. I'm here. Let the bells ring out and the banners fly. Feast your eyes on me. It's too good to be true, but I'm here. I'm here.
And like I like to do on this show, tell everyone who you are and what your channel's about, and then we're going to say hi to the audience, and then we'll get to your first book, sir.
Okay, well, my name is Jean Malo, but everybody calls me Gene, which I like because then I know who they're talking about, because there's only one Gene in the whole chat rooms of every single comic book channel that I visited so far. So yeah, I'm not your typical collector because my mojo is trade paperback because most of the time the story is complete in one trade paperback. For me, it's a better format. It looks good on the shelf with the little labels and everything. Mind you, omnibus look a lot better, but omnibus are like for rich people. Who buys omnibus except people that are rich? At $150 a book, hmm, so I buy trade paperbacks. But I do have some single issues. Most of them contributed or AOK'd by friends and members of the community. But my channel, I just show things off. When I get books or when I buy books, I show them off. I like to be just like, what do they call it, frugal. I like to mix and match and whatever. And I have some action figures. I haven't shown them yet because the moving and all of that pretty much relegated my action figures to boxes, which most of them are still packed. But I have one for tonight.
Ooh, nice.
I have one for tonight.
Well, we'll look forward to that. All right, so let's say a quick hello to the chat first, and then we'll get going. First, as always, Las Cruces, nice to see you, sir. We have Trev. How you doing, Trev?
Yeah.
Psychedelic
Hi,
Comics, good evening.
Johnny Five is here.
Yeah, One Shot Comics, good evening, sir.
Joe is here.
Nice to see you. Anachronic, Pocan Joe.
There we go.
I scrolled right past a couple here. Johnny Five Alive. So the chat is filling up, and One Shot saying he loves the Alien poster. He's a big
Hey
Alien
everybody,
fan,
glad you could join us.
but nice to see everybody. So, Gene, without further ado, let's get to your first book and tell us a little bit about it, buddy.
Okay, this I watched a show called Gem Mint Collectibles, and at some point I was getting familiar with the chat, so I asked the question. I said, if I want to get into Venom, what is the best trade paperback I could get. And right away, Jem answered Birth of Venom, which is look, here, look,
You got it.
Birth of Venom. And I was amazed. When I saw the thickness of this book, I was amazed. I mean, and look at this.
Now,
Rob
are
knows
you
what
a
I'm
big,
talking about because he collects really old comic books. He's like the guru of old comic books. And I mean, when you look at this, compared to the pages inside the old comic books, newspaper print or whatever they called it there, this is amazing. So this is my format. I really like this format.
now are you a big Venom fan?
I like Venom the movie, even though pretty much everybody hates it. I like it. I like it, especially when he goes to go in the elevator and you hear Venom say, "Pussy." I mean, that right then and there, they had me. And I watched it over and over and I laughed every single time he goes to the elevator.
Nice.
Every single time. So for me, and the voice, I don't know who voiced Venom, but I know they manipulated his voice or whatever with like software or whatever. But I mean, the guy who voiced Venom is a genius. And he
I think
says,
it was Tony Todd, was it not?
I have no idea who it was.
I think it might have been.
It might have been
Yeah,
Candyman himself.
right. I think it
Yeah, so
was.
Venom was Birth of Venom was my first book.
And
That
if
that one really started. Well, they call it a rabbit hole. Well,
and they missed an opportunity, they should have had Venom say "sweets to the sweet" in that movie.
I
And come
didn't
back
like
to Candyman.
the other one, Carnage. The Let There Be Carnage. I
Yep.
don't know. It was a little bit too all over the place.
Yeah, you're right about that. It
Compared
was
to the
it was
first
a
one,
mess.
yeah, compared to the first one, I didn't like the part where he throws out the TV and everything. What the hell is that?
Yeah,
If
I
it
did
wasn't
not
for
care for
him,
that
you're
movie.
dead. I
A few more
mean,
in.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Hey, the movie, like I didn't hate Morbius, and a lot of people hated Morbius. I thought it was
I
serviceable.
loved Morbius. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great movie because I don't know Morbius. I've never read Morbius. That's why I
Well, I've
like
read
it.
Morbius, and that really wasn't Morbius, but I still had some sick fun with it for whatever reason.
No, I don't know. It was, I found it pretty enjoyable. I mean, for never
All right,
being
so
read Morbius.
number two, Gene, what have you got for us, buddy?
Okay, this is a combined book, and this everybody here in the chat, you guys, if you haven't seen this movie, you owe it to yourself to see this movie. And before you see the movie, you have to listen to the music, which uh, other side, there we go. Heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
If you haven't seen this movie, you need to see this movie. This is adult entertainment at its best.
I know. I
It's
always thought it was
classic.
funny that John Candy was a voice in it too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Rick Moranis. There's a bunch of guys, and obviously, well, to go with the soundtrack, well, we have the Blu-ray. No, no, you have to see this movie. This is,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Plus, I mean, Tarna on the cover.
and this is Tarna. Whoop. Other side, John. Other side. There we go. Tarna. Which is Tarna at the end of the movie, but now she's grown up, and I won't show the nudies because this is a family show,
And
somewhat.
that Tarna miniseries is a really good read.
So, anyway. All right. So this I had to get because then you've got all the covers in that.
Yeah, and
And
that was actually a really fun read. Exactly, Gortana Forever. And they put out the one shot earlier this year with the Butch Geis art in it, which was nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never read that Tarna, but I mean, I always loved heavy metal because the artwork it was like nothing I had seen in comics before. I
Oh
remember
yeah, I mean,
the first time I saw a heavy issue of Heavy Metal, I was probably like 11 or 12 years old.
and
And I mean,
you could
first of
buy one of
all,
those books with the lady with the breasts, the
yeah.
metal breasts, even if you were 12 years old.
Oh yeah, I
And
mean, I could
you walk out
appreciate
of the
that, of
store and
course.
you're looking at this, and he let me buy this, and there's got metal breasts. He let me buy it. I'm 12 years old. I mean, where's this world going to? So
Yeah, I mean it was probably I don't even want to say it's probably if it's the first like comic with nudity or erotic comic I saw, but I mean obviously I could appreciate that, but just the artwork in Heavy Metal in general was just, it blew me away. I hadn't seen anything like that in the comics I was reading at that
The
age.
adult themes.
Adrian, I absolutely guarantee you it was not the first.
Yeah, probably not.
no, Rob probably has a couple there that he's not showing on his channel.
There you go. Seth 11 is saying metal breasts get them every time.
Mm-hmm.
Random Rick is saying always two good reasons to pick up Heavy Metal.
And I still have the movie on VHS.
Heavy Metal was a French magazine originally called Métal Hurlant. I remember we used to have a smoke shop. Our family had a smoke shop, and we had magazines. And one of the magazines was Métal Hurlant. And all these French artists got together and decided, hey, wow, we can do nudity.
Oh, it was great, and like I said, the cast was good. But even the opening and with the cab and just that ball
New
in
York
the house
scene
and
and
everything. I actually watched it just again a few months ago.
It's a really great movie. It's a really for someone who likes reading graphic novels. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Tarna's a great character. All right, number 3, Gene.
Okay, so you're gonna have to cue the music here.
All right, what are we queuing up for you?
The first one I sent you.
Okay.
The S1.
And let me get that screen. Still doing the. Let's see.
I think you're watching something else, Gary.
No, it's Space Ghost, but it's
It's not playing on our screen.
yeah.
No.
Let me remove it and redo it.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't like.
I'm
the new
telling you, Gary,
controls on here.
you don't know what you're doing.
I know. I'm not used to the new format now. Oh goodness. All right, share.
There we go. That's not it.
I don't.
All right, well, let's move on.
Okay. Sorry about that, gang.
Trust us, there's something really incredible here.
I'll try to get the theme on either Instagram or something like that, and I can get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to get copyright strike there. So.
anyways, this next book is this is my childhood action hero, superhero, what you might call him. But,
Oh yeah, the comic reader.
Mm-hmm.
this is Space Ghost with the wrong ship. This one here, nope, that ain't Space Ghost ship. I think I have pictures here. Yeah, so Space Ghost, I used to watch in the 1960s. I was like 6 years old. I think it was 66 to 68 that Space Ghost was on. And every Saturday morning in front of the TV with a bowl of cereals, and you're sitting in front of the TV, and then you're tuning in WPTC, North Pole, Plattsburgh, North Pole, Burlington, because that was the only American channel that we got.
Now, what did you think when they redid Space Ghost into
Uh-uh,
I
uh-uh,
figured you probably didn't like that.
no.
You got to have the classic sci-fi adventure.
Like when he was a talk show host.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, that's the only one I'm familiar with. I never
Oh
watched.
boy, the Shatner's really hit the fan now.
Yeah, so I got these trade paperbacks.
Oh yeah, the Future Quest, the Johnny Quest, all that stuff is good.
And everybody's in there. I mean, I'm going to try to find Space Ghost in there. Oh. There's everybody in here.
And I remember watching Johnny Quest religiously as a kid.
All right. So I have Volume 2, Volume 1.
Oh, nice. Is that a good read?
Oh, well, actually, it's campy. It's more childish than it is adult. So it's not bad. I mean, if you have nothing else to read. And then we got these two.
No, I'm
One
still
is
wondering
Future
why they
Quest
haven't done a
Presents,
live
it's Future Quest.
action Johnny Quest.
So,
It's too highbrow.
anyways, got these two. And this I wanted to get because this is the origin of Space Ghost. Oops, wrong side.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
Is that Alex Ross?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And
I'll spank you smartly with my spank ray.
Now, Rob, are you a Space Ghost
when
fan
he
as
had the
well?
hood, he had a hood.
The TV show.
So, where's the ship? Trying to find the ship.
And I'm surprised that's a property that hasn't been done more in comics.
They should do a live action movie. Same voice.
Voice was great. Welcome back, stupid viewers. You'll watch anything. Go ahead, change the channel. You'll be back.
Cool. Number 4.
Okay, this is my first omnibus. Unfortunately, water came into my bedroom and there was water damage at the bottom, but it's still readable. Wrong side.
Oh, nice. Astonishing X-Men.
The
Now,
artwork
what
in
did you
this
think of
book,
do you like the Joss Whedon X-Men?
this one here, I,
Yeah.
I enjoy. It's like reading a movie. That's how I felt. It's like reading a movie.
Right. And
That's
you
what.
said, now you said Gem Mint you came across it, and that's what got you back into comics, right?
Yeah, yeah. When I saw the wall behind him, he was showing off. This is my favorite panel. My favorite.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, this one.
I've seen that one quite a few times.
I mean, this one here. So
Basketball
yeah, I
special.
saw the wall of books in back of him. I said, Marvel, DC. Wait a minute, those are comic books. How can they be that thick? And then I started watching his channel, and oh, okay, those are books. Those are real comic books. And then when they started to say the price, it was always like $99, $129 US. Okay, so wait a minute, we are devalued in Canada, so it's like $150 or $190 Canadian. So thank you very much. So
Don't
yeah,
worry, the way our economy's going over here, Gene, your dollar will be worth more than ours soon enough.
oh yeah,
I certainly hope so.
yeah.
It's not going to take long, Drag.
We all wish that, but like, yeah. So this was my first omnibus, which I liked because then if you look in the back, you can see all the issues that were in there. So which is kind of cool.
Nice.
But I can't afford these things. This was a-okay to me. All I had to do was pay shipping.
Yeah, between the hardcover stock and the fact that they're really basically a collected set of trade paperbacks. So you get your couple
Yeah.
issues into a trade paperback, then you get multiple trade paperbacks together into an omnibus.
Mhm.
That's what it is. But
Yeah.
I mean,
What are
I
you going
like
to
the
call it?
format because you can read it very easily.
Yeah.
What are you going to
Mhm.
call it though?
weighs a
Yeah,
ton. It weighs a ton on your legs, but I mean,
they
aside
do.
from that,
They're fun. I got a couple. What do you call them though? If you get a bunch of omnibuses together into one collection, is that a compendium then?
I only have
Collected volumes. I don't know.
Right.
I
The
only have
unabridged.
Right. Too heavy to F and read. All right, number 5,
We're
Gene.
going to need a bigger shelf.
Right.
okay. I'm a big fan of the web heads, like the white, the red, the blue. I think it was first printing, second printing, third printing,
Hmm.
and I saw this book on IG, and
Uh-oh, I think he froze on us.
He saw the book on IG and he froze. It was like Canadian winter.
Right. Well,
Stepped
while,
outside
while
to have a
he's
cigarette, and that was it.
while he's frozen, Rob, why don't you give us a quick update on comics curing cancer?
Well, certainly, Comics Curing Cancer will be going on this month. Well, it's a year-round event. Let's just be honest. But the big focus push will be here in the end of October, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We have 3 days planned up for the first 2 days, just various programming with folks like Mark, Legion of Comics, Gary B, myself, DJ Links, Whack Comics is working on something, John's Comics with Kids, Tylox the Mighty, Remy Q, all putting on different activities and shows where we just be doing some different content, having people give people the opportunity to make donations to Comics Curing Cancer. And anybody who donates $25 or more is going to be get their name goes on to a prize wheel, a thank you gift, a thank you wheel. I don't know what you want to call it legally, but anyways, it'll be a series of we'll spin for some thank you gifts at the end of Friday or end of Saturday. And then Sunday morning, we'll kick off with Burke Fam 54, and then we'll go lead into our auction on Sunday, where we have a lot of items being donated for an auction from various members of the community, as well as potentially stuff from various artists we're reaching out to and writers. And it's going to be a good activity, a good chance to raise some money. This was an event that started last year. It was Cardboard Crazies started it on his own and managed to put it together with the community and raise over $8,000 for American Cancer Society. The American Cancer Society then recognized it and adopted the campaign as an official ACS event. And so now we get the advantage this year when we're doing it. All the money when it's donated, instead of having to go through a third party portal, is all going to go directly through the ACS website, which means that 100% of the money goes to the ACS, and there's no third party transactions or anything else that's there. So absolutely, yeah, Joe, I'm gonna circle back with you. Pocan Joe's gonna do a build we talked about. We got to eat out the details and such. And if anybody's interested in making a donation, whether it be monetary or whether they have an item, we're still looking for artists, community artists that want to come on for various sessions and do some drawings and commissions or that we can auction off, or anybody if you know a professional artist. We're looking for people who want to donate, graded comic books or keys or signed books that we can use for various prizes, mystery boxes, whatever. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at robs.fatstacks and DM me that way, or you can email me at robs.fatstacks@gmail.com and we'll sync up. During the day, I'm slow to respond. I have a real job, and it's not buying comics. But so I really appreciate everyone that's going to watch out and do it. The other thing that I'm thinking about, the other thing that I could use is some people had previously expressed interest in coming on only slabs, but they didn't have 25 to 30 slab comic books. Well, we're thinking of doing a segment during this whole thing of only slab quickies. So if you've ever wanted to be on and you only have 5 to 10 graded books that you'd like to bring on, reach out to me as well and let me know, and we'll see if we can get you on.
I may have to take you up on that for my
Excellent.
small slab collection. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Now,
So
Jack,
I do have something I will be donating as well. So
phenomenal. Thank you.
now, Jack, did you ever slab one of your first Tomb of Draculas?
no, not yet. It really hasn't been a priority for me. I know I have books I do want to get slabbed and graded, but it's just it's one of those things I'm like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later, and then next thing you know, I haven't done it still. And the thing is like I don't. I also really like
Money.
having them. Yeah, there's that. Right. That's that. That is like.
I don't recommend going 300 slabs into the grading company unless you're a seller.
Right.
It's
And that's
pricey.
the thing. That's why it's not a priority for me, because these are books that I plan on keeping in my PC. So if I was gonna be for selling, that's a different story. But yeah.
Now, for the special 1011 episode, we are actually going to have Out of the Panel Comics on that night for that Friday night show. And he is going to bring a bunch of giveaways for the show.
Nice.
And so, Rob, we're going to have people donating live during the show. We're going to
Yes.
go every couple bucks, and then they'll get on a name. I'll probably have you run the wheel that night.
Yeah, we can do that.
And he's got a Batman prize. He's got a statue prize. He's got a bunch of prizes to give out. So we'll have to come up with a dollar amount for a donation.
Yeah, we'll probably stick to the same $25 or whatever. But you can figure it out. We'll talk later. But yeah, no, some of the shows, like I know that DJ Lynx's Friday night in the mix is going to be incredible. He's got a bunch of artists coming on, and they're going to do some stuff that's going to help raise. So some of these other shows, some of them will have stuff that they may be having activities directly to try to raise funds, and some of it may just be like, if you remember old pledge breaks, right? Or just like they'll do a regular show, like my Only Slabs is going to be a regular Only Slabs episode that week, but throughout it we'll pause probably every couple books to remind people, hey, don't forget that you can go to and make a donation, and so lots of little talks about it. But so yeah, I'm about 2 weeks behind where I'd like to be on planning and getting this together, because September was a really crazy month for me between my youngest going off to university, and then in a month and a quarter for my business for my company where I work for. So yeah, nuts.
And so towards the end of this month, in the beginning of next month, November, I'm going to have like a 2-week period where there's not going to be a lot going on the channel. I have a move coming up. I got to get some stuff settled at the end of October. So I think the last 1011 episode is going to be like on the 21st or something, and then it'll pick back up in November. I already have a guest scheduled in November, but we're going to have like a 2-week period with no live shows with Move and the peak season at work. And unfortunately, I've been getting a message from Gene. He is not going to be able to make it back on. His computer has quit on him. And I apologize to everybody out there. Hopefully, Gene says, tell everyone I'm sorry. And Gene, don't worry about it, buddy. As we all know, and it's happened with all of us.
Another polar bear victim.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Life happens. Now, Drax says you owe him a beer when you see this, John. So
why is he? All right. So I want to show you guys something I just got in that's for the C3 giveaway.
Let's make you big first.
Although I find it interesting that this person reused a package and didn't take off or cover up the old label. So, anyways, so yeah, this is something I picked up actually. One of these is two of the exact same item. One is for C3 and one is for my PC. And these just came back from the Rogue Trader, which you can use. Gary's got a little code there. Keep it casual to get 10% off your pressing and cleaning. I can get into here. Come on.
Did they give you pull tabs or?
No, he did not give me pull tabs. Painter's tape, but no pull tabs. All right, come on.
Well, we're gonna see
There
the
we go.
pull out. Here we go.
Come on. My goodness. Now the tape is sticking to the damn books. This is why I hate tape. Again, I say it all the time on my channel, guys. I will tell you this again. If you're packing books to send out, you can wrap books in the bubble wrap. You don't have to use a bunch of tape. Just hold it together. Put it inside a Gemini mailer. And when you close this Gemini mailer up, it's going to hold it wrapped up. You don't have to use tape. It's magic.
I agree with you 100% because whenever I ship anybody anything, guess what I don't use? Tape.
Yep.
I only use tape on the bubble wrap to keep the bubble wrap around it. I'll put a piece on, and that's about it.
Oh, these came out awesome. So these books, okay. So
Ooh.
this is the facsimile, but it's signed by Neil Adams. So when the day Neil Adams passed, I quickly ran to the Neil Adams website where these were available pre-signed, and I picked up a couple of these before they had a chance to jack the price up on the inventory. So when they came, they were damaged in the corner up here where they had some impact damage. But
Wow.
there was no color break. He got it pressed clean out beautifully. So yeah, even on the backside, when I go to the backside where it's all white and there's no material to hide from, there's no evidence of any bends or anything. So it's now a 9.8 candidate again, if somebody wanted to do that. But so we'll be giving away a Neil Adams signed facsimile of the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul.
That's excellent.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And actually, I have two other Neil Adams books that I also just picked up. Civil War. Neil Adams did a Civil War variant for Marvel. Both I got two different copies that are also signed by Neil Adams that will be given away. So that'll be part of our thank you prize wheel for those people that donate without necessarily having to buy anything at the auction. There's gonna be a lot of cool thank you items on that wheel. So.
Well, maybe I can use this opportunity to show what I'll be donating.
Absolutely.
Give me 1 second. I'll just grab it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Boom, boom, boom. The best Dracula.
Right. Now, Dan, if you guys aren't familiar with him, who's going to be my 1011 guest, he runs a YouTube channel called Out of the Panel Comics with his daughter Zoe. They'll both be on that evening. One of the reasons I picked Dan for this show, guys, and I'll make myself big real quick, is Dan is real big on charity and helping. And he runs an organization here called PVP, Pops for Patients. And what he does is people that send him pops, especially here locally, any ones that we don't want in their inbox, we bring those to him. And he brings those to the hospital himself and distributes them among children and gets them into kids' hands who could use a little pick-me-up, a little smile while they're indisposed in the hospital and going through what kids should never have to go through. But without further ado, let's bring up his Draciness himself.
Right. Okay. So I put out an announcement video today on some mystery boxes I'm doing. This isn't just to plug those mystery boxes, although I might as well do that as well.
So you got a mystery box, Drac?
I do. I just put out the announcement video today, and I only mention that now because inside of every mystery box is going to be one of these. And so that's the only way. It's a print I've done, a limited edition, limited to 35. And the only way you can straight
Please
up
tell me it's an actual Dracula acetate.
no,
it's got to be the Alf. Is it the Alf?
No. So I did this print.
Acetate Alf.
The only way you can buy a print, I'm not selling them on their own. You gotta get the mystery box. That's how I'm selling my mystery box.
That's a good gimmick.
Right? Yeah, I thought so. So, however, I did print up several more with the intention for using them as giveaway prizes. So one of these I will be donating for C3, and this is the print here. It's
Oh wow.
yeah, it's 11 by 14 G clay print. Um, an homage to Frank Miller. Of course, that's his famous. So one of his famous Wolverine pieces. Usually used as a cover on trade paperbacks. Yeah, except it's got Wolverine fighting the Ninja Turtles
And
instead
then,
of the hand.
if that battle really happened, Wolverine would be eating turtle soup that night.
I don't know
He'd,
about that.
he'd have a new helmet.
He has the healing factor. They don't heal.
That's what I was just about to say. He's got the healing factor. So
Come on, Drac. You know how it is in a battle of 4 Americans versus 1 Canadian.
I was gonna say, Jack, you should have been on the Canadian side right away.
I am 100%.
Okay.
He's gonna win. He's winning that
Magical
battle.
Canadians.
And I gotta say, like being on camera doesn't do it justice. When I got this thing back from the printer, I was blown away. This looks amazing
It does.
in person. The colors pop way more than on this camera, but yeah, I was really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, so I'll be donating one of these prints here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple. Those in addition to the books, I got a whole slew of slabs of we're doing. But we got some prints too, some original art that's gonna be going out. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you parting with one of those. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, my pleasure. Bobby's comment there. He heard my mystery boxes come in the shape of a coffin. You know, Bobby, when I first thought about making mystery boxes, I did put out some like over a year ago, and I looked into finding a coffin-shaped box, but it's the logistics of it. It's just too.
Oh, yeah, comics in them. They'd have to be so big.
Well, what happens is you have to have an inner box inside of the outer box in order to keep the books or something around, and that packaging is very expensive.
It's a shipping headache. Yeah, and expensive.
But the expense of the box outside of unless you're making a very large number of units is just cost prohibitive.
Yeah,
you'd be better off custom modeling them yourself.
Or just put a good old coffin stamp on the box.
Yeah,
maybe someday. Right? Maybe someday I'll do a one of one. I'll do like a one-off.
Or you could take a regular box, but you could make it like red velour inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
with a little pillow to rest
and a
stake right through the middle of them.
Yeah,
there's your book. Sorry,
big blood shoots on you. The jugular box.
I would someday like to make myself a custom box, like long box or short box size probably, and out of wood. And so like it would have the inner box, the dimensions of a short box, but that would be inside a coffin.
Now, Drac, you didn't mention to the crowd watching the price point of your mystery boxes.
So it's gonna have 12 raw books in each plus the print, and it is going to be $150 US shipped. I am in Canada, but I'm shipping to the US. I will also ship internationally outside of North America if you just have to pay the extra shipping. But yeah, that's it's going to be. If you check out my channel, I just put a video up today. It's got more details on there, and I preview some of the books that are going in. No, like one major grand prize book. It's more just a bunch of hits spread out throughout. I felt like the big incentive for this is like, if you don't like the print, don't even bother buying it. Like that's why I want it to be people who actually see that and are like interested. Maybe they've seen my artwork before and like it, or haven't. They just really like that. you're gonna get the values guaranteed for the box, but if you're looking to get $400 worth of comics in it, that's not going to happen. You know, yeah. But overall, I'm really happy. I've spent quite a bit of time putting them together, and I think they're pretty solid mystery boxes.
Nice. So, guys, go check out his channel. Get all the details. See the books that are inside the boxes. You already saw the print. You got a good tease here. Go finish off that tasty meal on Drax's channel and see what he has for dessert over there. It's going to be...
I tried to post it, but I'm not even a mod on this channel. Who knew?
Huh.
What?
Gary
Yes,
doesn't
you
like
are.
me. I don't know.
Remember, I gave you all the options, unless the update kicked it.
No. I'm talking about in the regular YouTube chat. I can't post a URL, and there's no place for me to post anything here. Here, Gary.
You can't make yourself a mod?
There, you copy and paste and just drop it right now, because I can only post to the private chat.
I'd like to see that too, Brother Joe. Absolutely.
Oh, let's see. All right. Private chat. All right. Comments.
I feel like I should have some Benny Hill music playing right now.
There we go. But I can't... Rob, say something in there so I can make you a damn mod. You should be able to make yourself a mod, though. But I can't...
Not on your channel.
Well, just because you have the...
That's StreamYard I only have access to. But even then, I only have co-host abilities.
Okay, there, you're a mod now. I can't believe you're the one person I missed making a mod.
Superpowers now. Watch out, kids.
Right?
I am in your chat.
All right,
and all your bases belong to me.
So unfortunately, with John going, did you guys have anything else that you wanted to plug this evening?
My mystery boxes, which I just did. So that was number one on the agenda.
Drax, sorry, I dragged you on, and poor John had.
No, dude, yeah, no, thank you for the invite. It's just this is interesting what the show has become. It's too bad what happened with Gene, but this has still been fun, right?
Yeah, I feel bad for him. He was really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
another time.
Yeah.
Thursday,
you got to have him back on. You have to now. He only showed off a couple of books.
Yeah, he only got through like 4 or 5 books.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, I'll be dropping a AOK video from Retro Rocket Comics up in Canada, and then Saturday on Only Slabs this week, Professor Comics joins us.
Ooh.
So.
Nice,
and that show will feature another Canadian.
What's coming up on your channel, Jack?
Yeah, Chris the Comic Book. He's Canadian.
Yeah,
he's Canadian. Right. Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. He's a veterinarian.
So are you having Professor Comics on Only Slabs?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got a great collection. Yeah.
And what's coming up for you, Drac?
As far as my channel goes, on Wednesdays I've got comic picks in the 4 and 6 with Comic Aussie, and I do believe we're gonna be going ahead with the show tomorrow. I don't know. The past month has been we've both been very busy, so we missed some shows here or there. But I believe we'll be on tomorrow night, and then also tentatively, I say tentatively because just the other day I realized that it was Canadian Thanksgiving, but October
That's
10th,
how big of a deal it is.
No, it's because so Monday, October 10th, is going to be the return of Casual Dracula, which is my live show that has been on hiatus for some time, with some special guests to be announced, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice, a welcome return.
Are you
Also,
gonna wear
Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day. A lot going on
Right.
that day.
Yeah.
Well, I think Indigenous Peoples Day has been what they took when they took away Columbus Day, and they said, "Oh, he's bad because he was bad
Yeah.
to the Indigenous people. So let's make it Indigenous People Day instead."
Right. So coming up
We're all
on my
good
show,
now, right?
right?
It's all good.
We
Don't worry
glossed
about it.
over it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revisionist
Yeah.
history. Let's just go. Move on.
So Lee from Whack Comics is in the hot seat Thursday. We're starting at 9:00 so he can be on the show.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
got Lee from Whack. He'll be on. Then on Friday night, and I hope people will turn in for this. I have Candice Barbosa, Haley, Shy Comic Girl, and Caroline, Lady Fantastic, for John Carpenter's The Thing first watch party, where they are going to watch it for the first time, and we're going to get their live reactions. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it doesn't get shut down, and we're going to try to have some fun with it. And before I start the show, I'm going to tell you the minute marker I'm at, and those at home can watch along and see what the ladies are reacting to. And I will be bringing the video in and out intermittently, so we can see what they're reacting to. So it'll be fun. And I've always wanted to do a Thing watch party. The ladies were more than gracious enough to facilitate that. So a big thank you to them. And especially since they're not horror people, so that'd be a fun watch. And then next Tuesday, we have TJ, Mr. Flash by Night himself, on the 1011. So then we have Fred Hall from Fred Hall Direct Edition on In the Hot Seat. So we got a lot coming up. And but that's it for tonight, guys. Guys, everyone in the audience, thank you for showing up. Sorry for the shortened show, but we got to plug a lot of cool things that needed to be plugged, like C3, like Drax Boxes. And, if ever I can promote.
We plug Drax Box.
I was going to say, whenever I can promote Drax Box, I want to get it out there.
Plug Drax
Plug
Box.
Drax Box. That's right. But thank you all for coming in tonight. And
I'm gonna have to buy Gene a beer because I got the opportunity to do that, seeing as how he's not here. So
He took one for the team.
yeah,
I hope he's not beating himself up at home. I hope he's just having a good night.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah. We got to plug Gene Mallow's channel too, right?
There you go. Yes, and please go sub up Gene. I always want to say Jean, but he likes to go by G.
I know.
Jean,
right?
Jean Mallow. I grew up near Canada, so it's natural for me to say Jean.
Yeah.
Jean Mallow or Mallow.
I know of Canada, so it's natural for me. No.
Right. Well, but go sub him up. Super nice dude. Drat can vouch too. Gene's a nice, gentle soul, fun guy, and just super appreciative and super genuine and just a really great person.
Yeah, it's an awesome guy. Yeah. And he's one of the first people kind of in this community I got to know a little bit, like when I got back into collecting and discovering YouTube channels, kind of one of the first I would see him everywhere in chats, and one of the first channels I remember discovering was Comic Foo's channel, and so Comic Foo and Squatchy, Gene was like just regular in the chat there always, and I knew right away once I found out he was Canadian. I was like, because they were always calling him Gene. As soon as I found out he was Canadian, I was like, oh, his name's not Gene, it's Jean. I bet right. Anything his name is Jean. And yeah, but no, he is Gene. That's everyone calls him that, so that's who he is, right? So
yeah, and he said he identifies by that more now anyway.
Yeah.
All right, guys, excellent. So until next time, keep it casual. Attention all, use channel sponsor Rogue Trader at theroguetraderutah.com and my code Keep It Casual for 10% off your comic cleaning and pressing needs. Remember, when submitting your books to be graded, use a trusted professional.